Hey folks, Malforian here, and yes, today is the last teaser for Chapter 3 content for Crusader Kings 3. As you can see in the image, we got the number 1, and it does look like it's a slither of the game art for the new DLC, I would imagine for the first expansion. Whatever is going to be the first DLC that I imagine tomorrow, we'll get a little bit more of an overview of the first DLC, and then probably the names of the subsequent DLC, very much like we did with Chapter 2. And the text today is: sound strategy passed on will serve well when conflicts arise, but against the enemy that waits always in shadow, I fear it may not be enough. What does this mean? Who knows, guys? I thought we might get a little bit more of a pointed teaser today as to what the content might be, but this doesn't point towards landed characters. I'm going to get off that train immediately for today. I still think that is going to be one of the DLCs that come, but I don't think this points towards it at all. But the second bit, which is against the enemy that waits always in the shadow, is that disease? Disease always waiting in the shadow to take you down? Or does it mean some kind of intrigue, kind of system rework is coming potentially? I think it could lean towards either of those. I think pointing towards disease kind of fits the previous ones that we've had that a lot of people think do point towards disease being one of the DLCs. And the enemy that always waits in the shadow, I think would fit that as well. Does fit disease, always kind of there in the back of your mind. When's it going to come to my realm? When's it going to destroy my finely laid plans, as we were talking about in the last few videos? But I fear it may not be enough. I'm not too sure. Let me know what you think in the comments. I have no idea, to be honest, what this one points towards. That's the only thing I can think of, that it points towards disease, potentially. But outside of that, I kind of thought today's would have a little bit more resolution. I guess tomorrow's announcement is going to finish these off. I kind of thought today's would finish off the sequence. I guess tomorrow we'll get like an announcement picture and the rest of the text that kind of finishes this 7 days of story that we've had, and we'll know obviously tomorrow what it's going to be. So yeah, just a really quick one today, because I don't think there's much that kind of helps us either way as to thinking what this content's going to be. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. But it is interesting that we got some game art from it. Let me know as well if we have seen this game art somewhere else, but I don't think we have. The art that's in the number 1. This is the first time I've seen it, so maybe it's been kind of hidden somewhere and I've just not spotted it over the years, but it looks like new game art, and it doesn't really give anything away. It's obviously a king with a book. It looks like there's something behind him, potentially, but it gives away nothing. This is what I said yesterday. I said if we do get a game art picture, it's going to be so vague, we're not going to be able to know what it is. But this doesn't really lean, I guess, towards landed characters, although maybe it could. Disease, not really, although learning, maybe you're kind of building up your learning so you could combat disease in your realm and kind of help that way. But it could be anything, to be honest. Hit that like button if you've enjoyed today's video. Tomorrow I'll be back with obviously all the news about what is coming, what is going to be the primary DLC, because as I said, I think they'll talk about that in a little bit of detail at least. At least we'll get like a breakdown of the features. And then I imagine the other DLC that's coming will either just get the title, but we might get a little bit of a blurb giving us a rough hint as to what might be coming. I think we got that when Legacy of Persia was given the name of that DLC. I think we got like a tiny bit of text kind of giving us a rough idea what it was going to be. Obviously about Persia, but also kind of giving us a little bit more information about the fact it was going to redo some of the religion as well, I think. But anyway, we'll leave it there for today. Hit like if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new here. As I said, I'll be back tomorrow with a full breakdown of all the news. But on that note, I'll leave it there for today, and I'll see you back tomorrow.